Welcome to You Never Know with Lois and Diane. This is my friend Diane.
And this is my friend Lois.
Oh, we're going to have a fun day today.
Yeah, we are going to have a fun day. You know, the last one we had, it was Remembrance Day, and the guests were amazing. And I was so thankful to hear their stories, and even the little kids were hilarious.
My gosh, they were so funny,
Yeah,
right?
they were funny.
Yes.
But this one, I'm excited because we have Richard Thomas,
Yes.
the infamous or famous Richard Thomas, who has everybody in town knows.
Yep.
You know, for one reason or another.
Yeah, we thought he wasn't going to be doing much, with his, now that he's
semi-retired.
right?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, he's got a lot to talk about.
He does have a lot to talk about, and I can't wait. He's got a new adventure he's doing.
Yes.
And, as everybody knows, he's an author.
Yeah.
So I think he's got
running the market now.
running the market. Yeah. The marketplace, it's called. And it's really, I go down there whenever I can. And I just love what they have what he's done there and what people have to offer.
Oh, it's amazing.
It's amazing.
And we have Kim from Triton's Team Rescue.
And is she bringing pets? Do you know?
Yes, she is. She's
she?
bringing Ellie Mae.
Who's Ellie? What is
Ellie
she?
Mae Clampett. No, it's not Ellie Mae Clampett, but she'll tell us the story.
Okay.
But little Ellie Mae's patiently waiting out there. I got a little snuggle in.
Is it a dog or a cat or?
It's not a snake. Don't worry
Thank
about
you.
it. Yeah.
Okay, then I'm okay then.
Yeah.
Because I'm thinking you'll be on your own, honey. There's no way.
No snakes for this
No
girl.
snakes for this one. Oh, I can't
Awesome.
wait then.
Right?
It'll be exciting because I
Yes.
love any animals. So I actually took the grandkids to a farm, Gibson's Honey.
Oh,
And they've got a petting farm behind.
yes, we filmed there, right?
Yes, we did. And I took the twins, and one of the mommy pigs just had day-old piglets.
Oh.
So that was fun.
How many did she have?
9.
Wow.
Well, it was 6 boys and 3 girls. Yes, and it was, of course, the coon pigs. Remember the coon pigs?
yeah.
Well, this was her second litter from when we were there.
Oh my gosh, she's been a busy mama.
She's been yeah. Good on her.
Awesome. Well,
Yeah.
I can't wait to bring in Richard. And we'll have we'll get caught up.
Absolutely. So
Right.
let's bring him in.
Okay.
So here we are. We are with Richard Thomas, who is a friend, I hope. A friend and a well-known gentleman in the area, and it's just an honor and a privilege to have you here today.
We're unsure how to introduce you because there's like
Your
an
hats.
author. You run the market. There's just a
There's so many, and you've got a new adventure you're doing that we're going to talk about, but you've done so much. City
Yes.
Council, you've
city council for a long time.
for a long time, and very sad that you're not on it anymore. But hey, life moves on.
It sure does.
It sure does. But we're just thankful we got a little bit. We could actually get you to come and just sit down and talk with us.
Yes,
Pleasure.
now that you have
Yeah.
time on your hands.
Oh,
Yeah.
I have lots of time now. You're always surprised. I was certainly surprised at how much free time I suddenly had. So now, of course, I'm terribly overcommitted because I said yes to everyone and everything. Immediately after the election last year.
And your
So,
job is really the marketplace.
that's part of it. Yes, I'm
Yeah.
still a professional videographer. I still do a lot of video work, but the market does take up lots of time, but it's really enjoyable.
Is it?
Yes, I really enjoyed it. And I should just correct you. I'm actually the assistant to the market manager. My wife, Morag Budgeon, is the market
she'd
manager.
be a tough boss.
Yes, I know. Let me tell you. I could tell you stories.
No wonder he wanted to come here. He was getting a break.
Well, Friday afternoon is market setup. So
Yeah.
it's a busy time, that's for sure.
Well, Morag is a wonderful person as well.
Yes.
Yes.
Very
I went to
smart
school
lady.
with Morag.
Oh, yes.
It wasn't that long ago.
No, just a few years.
Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
of course. Well, we're
Christopher
also young.
Columbus was sailing across the blue seas at that time.
Well, you're
Kidding,
only as
Morag.
old as you feel, and I firmly believe that.
That's
right?
very true.
Yes,
Oh, I
that's right.
know.
Very
Yeah,
true.
it's amazing. You have to tell us. So you're a videographer. I actually went to a board meeting year-end AGM, annual general meeting, for a museum here in town, and you did a presentation, and I will tell you, I was gobsmacked at your presentation and the history of the area. Well, a lot of your books have sort of history in it as well, with tongue in cheek.
Yeah,
sort
of
of.
them.
Yes, and I could have sat there and listened to you forever. It was very disappointing when your films were over. Your presentation.
Yeah. Well, as many who know me will say, I could actually talk forever.
Yeah.
As well about many of those things.
Yeah.
But that presentation that you saw, of course, is now turned into a book. I spent. I'd like to say I spent all of the months intervening, working on that book, but really, literally, it was the last 2 months I worked really hard.
What's
I
the
didn't
name of
do
the
much
book?
over the summer at all. It's called Late Arrival, Early Departure, A Brief History of Train Travel in Owen Sound.
So do you have a hero or a heroine in the story?
No, this is strictly nonfiction, and it delves into the relationship between the railway companies and the city.
Oh.
And their role in the development of Owen Sound, because the CPR for many years insisted that without it, Owen Sound would not exist.
Yeah.
And in part they are correct, because for 30 years Owen Sound was the terminus for the CPR Great Lakes Fleet, and in fact Owen Sound grew faster than any community in the province of Ontario over those 30 years.
What years are we talking about?
We're talking about 1883 to 1911.
Oh, okay.
And so basically, before the National Railway was completed, every settler who went to the west came through Owen Sound.
Wow.
So there would be hundreds of thousands of people that came through Owen Sound, millions over the 30 years.
Yeah.
Because they would take the train from Toronto to Owen Sound, get on the CPR ship, take the ship to the lakehead, and then get back on the train and go across the prairies to settle the prairies. So Owen Sound, lots of people say, nothing ever happens here, nothing's ever happened here, but Owen Sound was pivotal in the development of Canada.
Yeah.
It's really too bad we don't have the train still.
Oh, is it ever?
Right?
That's the number of comments from the 80s and 90s when the train companies were closing down branch lines, and the number of people who said, someday you're going to regret this, because all of those trucks on the road are not going to be good for the environment. We really need to keep the rails. And 2020 hindsight, but in writing the book, I found all of these people who made these comments, and it's really, you look at it now and you think, boy, yeah. I mean, I don't know when the last time you drove into Toronto was, but every time I do it, I think, oh my gosh,
Yeah.
I hate this.
There's an interesting story. My father-in-law, Dave, his two sisters, Shirley and Lenny, there was, they wanted to save the trains in Owen Sound. So there was a big thing in Toronto. You had to come to Toronto and stand up to why you believe that the train should still come to Owen Sound.
And
so everybody came from Owen Sound to Toronto, and the head of the railway said, so why, tell me one question, everyone, like, how did you get here today? And they're all like, car. And the train had been running, and they're like, people aren't riding the trains anymore.
Cheaper? Wouldn't be cheaper, would it?
I don't know. It was just like...
Was it?
I think it's because the train stopped at every little milk stop.
Oh, of course, like the
between
bus.
here and there, and it took a long
of
time
course.
to get there. And what we really needed was an express train from Owen Sound to Toronto that maybe stopped at the in Orangeville and at the highlights on the way down.
Shelburne and Orangeville, and then...
Oh, okay.
But it just, passenger traffic dropped off. Following the Second World War, car travel became all the thing.
Right.
Prior to that, not everybody had cars, and trains were quite well used. In fact, on a long weekend, they put special trains on because there would be so many passengers, and at Christmas time, they would run special trains with many, many, many cars because they'd be jam-packed with people.
So we were basically a hub, even way back then at one point.
Well, we were. It was the way a lot of people traveled. I mean, my favorite stories, though, are the stories when the railway first came in the 1870s, and all of the kids who used to come to Owen Sound and used to board at homes in Owen Sound so they could go to high school. And then they would take the train back to Chatsworth, for example, to have piano lessons on Tuesday night.
Wow.
And then take the train back for school the next morning. I mean, it's the impact of the railroad can hardly be overestimated or underestimated or whatever. Because
He's actually, you do your homework. You are so passionate
lot of
about this,
reading.
and that's
I
amazing.
betcha.
A lot of reading.
But the books aren't just your only passion.
No.
I understand that you've started a new adventure, and I'm pretty excited about this one.
Well, it's new in the sense that I've gone public. So many people remember a fellow named Herman Ackerman, who was known as the
Ackerman's chocolate.
Swiss chocolatier. And about 30 years ago, Herman Ackerman actually decided to do a night school course at West Hill High School to teach people how to make chocolate truffles. And he did 5 nights, and he had 15 people each night. And by the time I found out about it, all the classes were full. So I got my name on a cancellation list, and by gosh, I got in. And so I took this night school course. It was just one night with Herman, where he taught how to make the chocolate truffles, handmade chocolate truffles in the traditional Swiss method, I guess. And I've been making them ever since. But all those years, I've only made them at Christmas, and I always made them to give away as gifts.
Okay.
But now, because I'm at the farmer's market every Saturday morning, and I, over the summer, started selling my books there, I thought, well, if I'll be there to sell my books, maybe I should just try selling chocolates as well. So I've got these.
Is there a name? Do you have a brand?
Well, they're just called Richard's Handmade Brandy Truffles.
And they're made with brandy?
And so, oh yes, that's part of the recipe, and it's a secret recipe. I can't share it with you, of course.
Once again,
because then everybody'd be making them.
Right, yeah.
There are a few people in Owen Sound who took that course that I know of that are still making truffles. But I don't think anyone's making them quite to the extent. I normally make between 1,000 and 2,000 at Christmas to give away.
Wow.
But the plan now is I do a couple of hundred a week, and I'll bring them to market and see how things go and if people buy them. You know, all those people who for 30 years have said, oh, you should make these, I'd buy these. Well, we'll see if they show up.
Well, I'm sure they're not easy to make.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's not like...
Well, they're persnickety, right?
I'm sure.
Like,
so there's a center to them.
Oh yes, you have to make the center. So the first step is the day before I'm going to dip, you make the center, and then the chocolate has to be properly tempered.
Okay.
So pure milk chocolate, you've got to melt it, and then you've got to, once it's melted, you've got to cool it down to 82 degrees. Then you've got to heat it back up to 88 degrees, and then it'll temper, which means that the chocolate sets firmly like a chocolate bar you would get at the store.
Oh,
if you don't do that, the chocolate stays soft, and when you pick the truffle up, it melts on your fingers as you eat it.
So what?
And I mean, if it takes you that long to eat it.
No, I mean,
I've seen many people just do the one pop and down it goes.
Down it goes.
But I do try to make them at least big enough for a 2-biter.
Yeah.
If I can get it.
So tell me what the different flavors are that you have in that.
Well, so the centers are all brandy, so the centers are all the same, but I'm making dark chocolate with a dark chocolate center, which is my personal favorite, milk chocolate with a milk center, and white chocolate with a white center. And just, yes, it is white chocolate. It's not candy, which your white chocolate Easter bunny at Easter is actually candy, not chocolate.
Those are the
chocolate
discs.
is determined by the amount of cocoa fat that is in the chocolate. And so this is all pure Belgian milk chocolate.
Wow.
So you're going to be selling these at the market?
I'll be selling these at the farmer's market along with my books. So my new book will be there probably around the start of December.
And is that are they there tomorrow?
They'll be there starting, yes, from now till Christmas.
Nice.
Awesome.
And then we'll see after Christmas. It'll just depend on whether people are interested, because a lot of us after Christmas say, gee,
do you accept
maybe I
orders?
had one chocolate more than I should have.
Oh, we're all going to say
holidays.
that. But
So January might be a slow month.
so they can't order online if they want
They
to?
can't order online.
It's
They've
just
got to come down to the market in person with their cash in hand, and when they're sold out, they're sold out.
Awesome.
So I'll make a couple hundred every week, and probably a bit more as we get closer to Christmas. I'll probably up the amount that I make.
I think it's a great idea as gifts, and I can't thank you enough.
Well, who doesn't like chocolate?
Who doesn't like
coming.
chocolate?
Now, do we have long enough to talk about my exhibit at the Tom Thompson Art Gallery starting December 2nd with historic Owen Sound photos, incling Jay James?
You just did.
We just
One
talked
minute
about
he
it.
just did.
We just talked about it.
Yes,
Thank you so much, Richard.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me.
This program is brought to you by Ignite TV. Now you're in command. Visit Rogers.com for more details.
Welcome to the traditional, ancestral, unceded territory of the Stalo people. The Stalo are people of the river. I'm so thankful for the courage and resiliency of our ancestors who lived on this land since time immemorial. Each of us have gifts from the Creator, and our Creator has a plan and purpose to be fulfilled in our territory. As we embrace our traditional teachings, we can lead the next generation into the fullness of what our Creator designed. Our shared history reveals a broken relationship, but as all Canadians commit to hear truth, acknowledge injustice, we can learn to walk in our traditional way, Letsamot, with a good heart and a good mind. Then all of our lives will be enriched. Kwasai.
Welcome back to You Never Know with Lois and Diane. Thank you for coming, Kim.
Thank you for having
Kim
us.
is an amazing advocate for animals, and she has Team Triton Rescue. And who do we have with you?
This is Ellie Mae.
Oh, she heard her name. That is so cute. Yep, that's me. Yes. Ellie Mae.
Ellie Mae.
Ellie Mae. She is so cute. Look at the tail.
She is freaking adorable.
Tell us about Ellie Mae.
So Ellie Mae is 1 year old. We saved her off the euthanasia list. She was on the euthanasia list in Florida. When she came to us, she didn't have any fur, so she looks much better now than she did when she arrived.
Hi,
Yeah,
sweet
and as you
baby.
can see, she loves everyone.
As you can see.
Yeah, and this
Yep,
is just how sweet she actually is.
Smelling my water? She is so cute. You can't see her because she sort of blends in with me.
Yeah, she does.
Right?
Yeah. Hello, sweet
So how did you
girl.
find Ellie Mae?
So we can see who's on the euthanasia list. We work with another rescue as well who will go and make the trips for us, which is amazing. So we had seen her and Tootie, another dog that came with her from Florida, who were both on the euthanasia list. So they were pretty much down to the day, and then we pulled them.
So how do you know that where do you look that you know these wonderful little animals are on the euthanasia list?
There's many groups that you can look on, unfortunately, and you can see all the dogs that they're on the euthanasia list.
You just want to get them all. But
It's
you
very
can't.
hard to not get them all, honestly,
Yeah.
but so we try and narrow it down to some, and that she was one of the lucky ones, her and Tootie, that got to come in August. So,
And Tootie's gone now?
nope, Tootie's with us too still.
How many do you have?
Right now we have 11, which is actually more than we would normally take because it's just the two of us, myself and my rescue partner. So we are very small, and the dogs stay with us in our own homes until we are able to find them their forever homes. So they foster with us. It's just the two of us that do it. So
So the turnover when you get them, when you rescue them, and to actually find a home, is there a website or is there a way of advertising that you say, look at, we have these wonderful, dogs or cats or what else do you have?
yeah.
Speaking of.
So we have Pet Finder, we have our website, which is Team Triton Rescue. We have Facebook and we have Instagram.
Okay.
So they're all of our dogs are on there. We only do dogs. We don't have cats or
Okay,
anything like
that's good
that,
to know.
but just
Okay.
dogs.
I
Yeah.
want you to touch on how your name came to be.
Yeah.
This is a great story.
Yeah. So myself and my partner, who was the manager of the Gray Bruce Animal Shelter, and I was volunteer and on the board of directors there. We had Triton, who had been there for 2 years. He was a beautiful American Bulldog mix, and he was there for 2 years. He wasn't really adoptable by the end. If he loved you, and if he didn't, he didn't. But the people he loved, he was the best boy. So when he kind of became unadoptable, we decided we would take him home because he had been there for 2 years. So he lived with our family, and then sadly, he ended up getting lymphoma just 5 months after he had been with us. And then we unfortunately had to say goodbye to him. So we named a rescue after him. Yeah.
I love the name Triton.
Oh, he was
powerful
so
and
handsome. That
was
dog
Yeah.
was
I love that name.
Yeah.
And what a nice homage to him as well.
Yes.
Yes,
And your
definitely.
husband and he were very close.
Very close. Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
I
Yes.
did not know he'd passed away.
So how many would you take in a year?
Well, we only started last February. The end of February we started, and we adopted out 45 last year. Yeah, just that was with two of us, reminding you.
That's
so we were
good.
very, very busy. Well, Sharon and I work full time as well. So yeah, we've
Wow.
been busy.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, so she works at the hospital as well.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, I
Oh,
do.
Okay.
Yep.
Wow, you are busy.
Baby girl.
But what I love is that your heart. I love that you're doing this.
Thank you.
Because I can't. When you were talking to me how close that Allie Mae was to euthanism, that I can't. I
know.
just cannot.
Yeah.
I'd rather not even see a picture because
It's
that
hard.
would-
Yeah.
And we did see a picture of her, and it looks night and day. You've given this girl, like,
yeah. And for her to only be a year old, when they were looking at euthanizing her, she would have been a puppy.
Yeah, just a baby.
Oh.
Unfortunately, there's so many dogs now out there, and there's just no other way.
I'm
so
sure
they're
after COVID, you
Yes.
saw an uptick, right? of-
huge uptake.
Yeah, a lot of people, they would get them while they were at home doing nothing, and then now they're all back to work, and they just sent
Yeah.
them away again.
Yeah, and
Yes, which
rescues
is
are
sad.
full. Rescues are so full right now.
And you have another beautiful dog that I saw on your website. Is she a lab or a retriever? Or what is she?
Oh, are you talking about Lily?
Yes.
Lily, yes. She is beautiful. She is part Pyrenees, part lab. And golden retriever in there too, but
Wow.
She
Is
is
big?
gorgeous.
Would she be a big dog?
She is. She's about 75 pounds.
Yeah, yeah.
She's beautiful as well.
So how do you get funding for, like, I mean, this is not an inexpensive endeavor. you've got going.
No. So we are by donation only. So that's how we get all of our things is by donations from people, and we do some auctions and we do some events and things like that. And yeah.
Well, we would love to help support for
Yes.
your events, getting the word out there.
Thank you.
We would love to do that because Lois and I, but Lois is the one that she, as you can see,
Yeah.
Animals are her thing, and she's been
Yeah.
a real good support, with
If I could take them all, I would.
I know you would.
Yes,
I know.
would.
I would. Is there?
Yeah.
Oh, you go ahead.
Do you have a list when people come to you and say, I would like one of your rescue dogs? Do you have a criteria that they have to fill or, be adherent to?
Yeah, so we have an application list, and then if we think it looks like a good match, then we'll go ahead. If it doesn't, then we just explain to them maybe reasons why it doesn't look like a match, and then if there's another match that seems better, we'll offer,
You'll offer that.
to meet with a different dog. But we have application first, and then we do vet reference checks as well as like a home tour, and then we'll do a meet and greet.
Yeah. See, I would be the one that would say, I would really like a non-allergic little tiny toy poodle, and I'd come home with a black lab.
Yeah.
But you got to walk 10 miles
Yes,
a day.
exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Yeah, there's my fit.
Yeah. Well, and I think that's a problem too. People think, oh, I'll get this dog, but they're not only a big responsibility, but it's just what fits for your lifestyle.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
But I
People
would
really
take them
need
all
to,
home.
Yeah, and people really need to do their breed research as well, right? Like,
Yes.
you think little Mastiff puppies are really cute, but they grew up really big.
Yeah. I just look at their paws.
Yeah.
And if their paws are 2 times the size of their head, I know I'm in trouble.
Exactly.
Yeah, 'cause they're big feet.
Exactly.
It was
I know.
interesting. We had Terry Van Elst on a couple of weeks ago with her little Chihuahua.
Chihuahua, yeah.
And so that's a good breed for some people. But if you
is.
like to be active, I think Ellie Mae would be perfect. She would love to go for walks and
She does. Yeah.
be fetch ball.
I love the fact that even her size, she thinks she's a lap dog,
Oh, she sure does.
which is just that I'm in 7th heaven then. Yeah, come up here.
Yeah,
And you just want to hug them. And, yeah, I
Is
love
it
that.
hard for you, Kim, to foster and then see them go? Like,
It is. I cry every single dog. Every single dog I cry. I warned my adopters beforehand, and I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm probably going to cry.
Yeah.
And I have had really amazing adopters, though. They always send me pictures. They keep me informed of how they're doing. So I've been so fortunate with that. Yeah, because it's hard because they live with us, right? Until
it's like your kids.
Yeah, Yeah, until we find them their homes. So they are with our families and our own pets. And
So last year you did 45, and you've been in this for how long?
just since last
Just
February.
since last February.
Yeah, 22.
Wow, a year and a half, basically.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's been busy.
That's amazing.
Well, hopefully our viewers can learn how to donate and get, I mean, is it just monetary you need, or is it food?
There's always like monetary, food, pet beds. We're always needing pet beds.
We'll put
things
your
like
link
that.
on the screen
Perfect. That would be
and
great.
have people, when they see it, I think that would be a great idea, and that's a start.
Yeah, oh, for sure.
Yeah,
For sure.
because thank you.
No, thank you
thank
guys
you.
for having us.
She's
So-
such a good girl.
So to
And you are too, Kate.
yes, you are. It's very nice meeting you.
Yes, you too.
So now
Thanks.
we're
And we'll
going
have
to
you come back again,
Perfect.
right? With another
bring
one. 'cause-
another one,
Yeah, that'd
or
be
bring
great.
one for each of us.
Oh, I guess.
Yeah.
I'd hook you right up.
Yeah, one's enough. Yeah. So now we're going to lead off, or we're going to end this with Juanita and the Big Band.
Okay.
Big Deal. The Big Deal. Juanita and the Big Deal. It's a local Owen Sound band, and you're going to love them.
Awesome.
So,
Can't
thank
wait.
you.
Thank you. Thanks again.
Thank you guys.
Call the Rogers TV viewer response line, email us, or connect with us on social media.
Come on in, take a seat. Or better yet,
Look at this crowd on its feet.
for aggressive D and knockdown threes, athleticism and speed, for Spicy P.
Spicy P, lit it on the big stage.
Yes, this season brings change. Yes, this team has turned the page. But it's still an OG thing, always a Scotty B thing. When you want everything Raptors, nothing but Sportsnet.
Hi, I'm Carol Merton. We All Belong, Voices of Lived Experiences is a Rogers TV program that tells about the struggles for survival for those